What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to No Life to Metal. It's time for a big edition of The Mail. That's right, time for The Mail. This edition of The Mail is brought to you by my good friend Greg the Egg, otherwise known as BlackmoreRules on YouTube. I will leave a link to his channel below. I've shown stuff from him before. I've left links before. If you haven't checked out Greg the Egg, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. He brings a lot of fun to his videos. He shows a lot of CDs in his car. He shows a lot of punk and hard rock and metal and that kind of thing. So check out Greg the Egg, and I'll leave a link below. He left in this big box. I've already opened it and pulled the stuff out. Only thing I've seen so far is what's on the very top, and that is LA Guns. And this is Rips the Covers Off, which is a covers album, obviously, by the LA Sleaze Band. And just going through them quickly, there's let's see, Rock and Roll Outlaw, I Just Want to Make Love, which I assume is Foghat, Tie Your Mother Down, Queen, Until I Get You, Wheels of Steel, I assume Saxon, Nobody's Fault, probably Aerosmith, Custard Pie, I would assume Zeppelin, Moon Age, Daydream, Marsalis, Man, that was kind of hard to read. Man, I can't read that song. Number 9. It's like buried in the guy's arm. Number 10 rather, buried in the guy's arm. Number 11 is Search and Destroy. Number 12, Search and Destroy is probably Iggy and the Stooges, I would imagine. Could also be Metallica, but that doesn't. Probably Iggy and the Stooges. Number 12 is live version of Revolution, and number 13 is Don't Look at Me That Way live. Jeez, that was rough. Itty bitty little type on there, man. This is why when I design, I always make sure that it's a readable text, and it's usually no smaller than 9 point. If I have to go 8 point, I'll do it for certain things, but man, not for track listings on the back. I prefer it to be big, bold, and readable. But in any case, that's just my criticism of the text on the back. I'm sure the music is fantastic. I'm looking forward to checking this out. All right, next up, there's a book in here. I'm laughing because I saw what's underneath the book. Black Sabbath, The Day I Was There. Richard Houghton. Black Sabbath, The Day I Was There. The book tells the story of Black Sabbath in the words of over 350 fans, starting with memories from the earliest pre-Sabbath shows as Earth in the northwest of England. The book charts gigging history through the drug-fueled 70s and relentless touring schedule on the back of the classic first 6 albums that cast the die for heavy metal, fronted by legendary singer Ozzy Osbourne and backed by Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, encompassing numerous lineup changes in the years since, including vocalists Ronnie James Dio, Tony Martin, Ray Gillen, and Ian Gillan. This is a fan's eye view of how Black Sabbath went on to become the greatest metal band of all time. Very cool. Looking forward to checking this out. Looks like there's some photos and other things in here. A Tim Hortons card bookmark. Tim Hortons is a coffee / pastry shop in I don't know that there's any in the United States. I know they have them all over Canada because when I was in Canada a few years ago, they were everywhere, and they make a really good green tea. So there you go. All right, now there's some. Let me show you what's up next. I keep laughing about this because it wouldn't be a Greg the Egg package without at least one Donny Osmond record, and this one it's pretty funny. Donny Osmond Superstar, and this one has somebody's name on it. Carol P. Yep, Carol P's got her name on here, and one of those, remember those old things that used to punch the letters in to put your name on there? So Carol P, I've got your record here. So if you want to claim it, let me know. Okay. There is 3 shirts in here. Let's look at the shirts. There's a white one. Let's look at that one first before we get into whatever's on the bottom of this thing. It's inside out, so I don't know what it is. Bullet, right on. So this is a Bullet shirt. I guess Bullet are considered new wave of traditional heavy metal, but they basically just a really, really solid heavy metal band. straightforward, not real progressive or anything like that. Just great driving, you know, heavy metal. Bullets. Turn it up loud. Very cool shirt. I don't have a Bullet shirt. I do have several Bullet albums. All right, next up, another black shirt. This one is inside out as well. Inside out for suspense. Oh, very cool. Oh, awesome. This is a, if I can get it, there we go, a Lemmy shirt. And then on the back, it's got the kind of a tribute to Lemmy on there. It's got Lemmy, Ian Lemmy Kilmister, 1945, 2015, born to lose, lived to win, and it's got a picture of his Murder One amp on there. That's a really cool shirt. And then finally, the last shirt in this pile, clearly a Spinal Tap shirt. None More Black, or it's inside out. Oh, right on. It's an AC/DC shirt. AC/DC Japan Tour 1981. I'm assuming this is probably a repressing shirt, but it's still a really cool one. Definitely a repressing shirt, and I can tell you why in a second, but you can see the dates on the back. It's made to look old, which is really cool. I mean, it's a cool shirt, but the reason you can know it's not is because rather than having a tag on the inside, which in 1980 they would have had a tag, it has the printed official AC/DC. So this is an official AC/DC repressing of the Japan Tour shirt. Really cool. 1980, so that would have been 1981, so it would have been probably Back in Black. Could have been For Those About to Rock. I believe that came out in 81, but most likely Back in Black. All right, then there's one more thing in here. It could be an album. I don't know what it is, to tell you the truth, but we'll find out in a second. Oh, there is a record in here. There's a couple things in here. Sorry, I thought there was only one thing left. So we've got the classic new wave of British heavy metal, the Tigers of TANG, The Cage. I'm sure this is on MCA Records, which is what the original was released on. Yep, MCA Records. So this would have been, what, 1983? So I think this was their fourth record. Or was it their, I can't remember now. I know it had their semi-hit on here, the cover of Love Potion number 9, but I can't remember what year this came out. Usually pretty good about guessing years, but this one I'm not remembering. I'm thinking it was around 83, but I could be wrong. Let's see if it's on this center label. 82. I was close. I was off by a year. So 1982. Tigers of TANG, The Cage. These, of course, Tigers of TANG are still rocking. They're still out there making music. I believe Rob Weir is the only original member in the band, but he was always the main man behind the band to begin with. All right, next up, this is Altar Boys. This is Altar Boys are kind of, they're still around, the Altar Boys, but they're playing now called the Altar Billies, and they play rockabilly. Here, they're kind of more of a straightforward punk rock band. I don't know, maybe like I keep wanting to say the Ramones, but it's not really like the Ramones. It's kind of like a 80s sounding punk band. I guess punk was in the 80s too, so I don't know. It's the Altar Boys. Check them out if you want. I can't really explain them, but I always describe them as a punk band, and some might describe them more as a pop punk band. But it wasn't. When you think of pop punk, you think of all that crap that was going on in the 90s, and that's not the case. This was more of an 80s punk band. So, like I said, check them out. Altar Boys. I don't have this one. I haven't heard this. I actually owned this one way back in the day. I sold my collection in 1990, and this one went away with that, and then I've just never had it again. So this will be revisiting an old friend. So thank you very much, Greg. And then finally there is, I think that's finally, just want to make sure, there is a framed picture. Get it open, that is. Lots of tape on here. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely It's an autographed photo of Kiss. It is autographed by Paul Stanley. It's got a guarantee on the back of it that it was 100% signed by Paul. It looks like Paul Stanley's signature. You can usually tell when it's not an authentic, especially Kiss. There's so many fakes out there, but regardless, that's really cool, dude. I'm blown away. So Paul Stanley, autographed photograph, Kiss, obviously one of my favorite bands. I've shown tons and tons of Kiss stuff. So there you go. That is my video from Greg the Egg, another edition of The Mail. Appreciate y'all watching. God bless and stay strong.